Hello there, it's Maggie, the Cheshire Crafter here. This is part 2 of the equipment that might help me speak to you on YouTube. Now, at the moment, I'm speaking to you using the extendable selfie stick that I showed you. And I told you that I had an Android phone, not an iPhone. And there was a jack on the selfie stick and a button to press that's got a camera on it. And I've overcome the problem. So I'm speaking to you now on my lounge. My elbow is supported on my sofa arm, and I've got the weight of the camera and the selfie stick supported on my knee, lifted up to a correct weight using a cushion. And I've found that the adapter that I use for an Android phone rather than an iPhone for my headphones that I use late at night. I don't make a noise after 9 or 10 o'clock at night to not disturb the neighbours, but I use headphones a lot when I'm watching something or listening to something on my phone. There is something called a USB adapter, and that will slot into the USB section at the bottom of the Android phone, and then it will slot into the equivalent of an iPhone jack and turn the Android phone into something that's compatible. That's probably the easiest way to say it. So I took my earphones apart and tried it with this, and lo and behold, it works. So I told you that there's that jack at the end, and there's the gold button with the camera on it. And yes, that's indeed what that is for. The press button is close to me, and that stops and starts the video camera. So I would say for anybody looking for a selfie stick, I think this is really good value for money. The only problem I've got is I've still got to grip it, and I'm aware that there's some camera shake. I think that's got to do more with me and my condition rather than, it's not the problem with the selfie stick, is it? So I'm going to recommend this. Having said that then, it still will only go, I think, into landscape mode. If I try and turn it into portrait mode, let's see what happens. Yeah, that's pretty impossible. There is no way that that would be acceptable, would it? Not only do you see most of the cushion, that's me talking at the wrong angle, and that's with my bad shoulder, so there is no way that would work for me. Let me try it the other way. I have to say it's held the camera very, very steady, so there is a very good grip on this camera. I watch families on YouTube channels. One of my favourites are the family from Morecambe called the Radfords, and you might know them. They started on television on Channel 4 or 5. They're on Channel 5 now, but they started years ago when they were 16 kids and counting. And it's the family of Noel and Sue, who are the largest family in Britain. And they live in Morecambe. They owned a pie shop, and Noel and Sue started filming, and people were aghast at how could this family all live together in this one house and manage. And I'll tell you, they've now got up to 22 kids and counting, but I think that includes their daughters' children. Delightful family. I highly recommend that you watch them and follow them on YouTube. They're just on YouTube. They're just called the Radfords, and they'll show you what family life is like, and they'll show you their child's progression through school. The children will talk into the camera. Some of them hate it. They don't want to speak, especially the teenage boys. They're so self-conscious. They just want to play their video games. They just want to play their video games and ignore everybody else. But I think that's what teenage boys do. Whether you've got a single child or whether you've got 22 kids, that's teenage boys for you. Shows you can't get out of bed. But they'll talk you through their days and what they're eating. And Noel will cook and advise how to do how to do really healthy meals. He cooks in his kitchen and shows you how to do healthy meals that'll feed, well, a family of 22. So if you've got a family of 4, for example, he'll say, I bought this is how much you need, this is how to do it, this is a recipe, and it'll feed a family of 4 for however much they need. The children are delightful. It shows them as rather feral on TV. I think that's for effect, because they're the most incredibly behaved children, very polite, delightful. They've all got very different characteristics. Some of them got one of them's got such a deep voice. Little Oscar has got such a deep voice. They'll show you how they managed to go on holiday. They've recently been to Scotland. They bought a motorhome. They showed you a weekend away and how they managed in the motorhome. They travelled to Florida as a family and film in Disney World. I'm just talking to you about them while I'm holding the selfie stick in this mode, and I have to say it's not too bad. There is a bit of camera shake. I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure that you don't get too much sun. Haha, it is May in England after all. And then behind me, you've got the glare from my IKEA cabinet. I will give you a guide to that IKEA cabinet one day. And I'm aware that there is camera shake. So I apologise for that. I do look like I've got my curtain coming out of my head. So again, this is just me exploring what's going to work and what doesn't. But as far as a selfie stick is concerned, I highly recommend this piece of equipment for less than £10. I think it could be a big success. I think I've just got to work out how it could work for me. I think the next thing we need to explore is this overhead projector, and I think I'm going to turn the camera. No, I may not turn the camera because my room looks a bit of a mess. I'll show it you when I've got it set up in the kitchen. Okay, bye for now.